going on, the Nova Squad? I am your host, Nova, and we are going to be continuing on the Jew special of Ari. So as far as I know, this is going to be still another long episode. I'm going to be trying to go pushing it to 30 minutes or so, because I do want to actually hear more jokes instead of just trying to cut off and things like that. So without further ado, here we go.
Gtic, Booner. I don't know. I always thought it was the former, but it might be the latter. Yeah. Oh, sorry. For the non-Jews, for the goys. Former and latter means first and second.
I figured so.
The reason for the sheet that I always thought was twofold. I thought it was just because these are like super religious people, super pious people, and they're studying the Torah and the Talmud, which is like the Gemara, all day, and they don't want to be distracted, you know? Anybody with a wife or a girlfriend, you think about her naked sometimes. So they're like, to combat that, they're just like, cover her up with sheets. You don't have to fucking look at her, so don't be thinking about her. Don't be distracted. And then the other reason is, there's a commandment to be fruitful and multiply. In order to do that, you have to have an erection. And Jewish women...
What's going on with that?
It's the best way to say this. It's not ugly. It's not ugly. That's not the word. That's not the word. It's not ugly.
Okay.
Here's the word I'm going to use. Inbred. Yeah, we're an inbred race, everybody. The boys and the girls. We've only been fucking ourselves for like 5,000 years. So if you don't get outside genetics, shit starts to get weird. As people ask me, is Judaism a race or a religion? And I'm like, it's both. They're like, well, how can it be a race? I'm like, because you can pick a Jew out of a lineup. You know, if you have 8 men, you're like, the Woody Allen one, obviously, you. Come on, let's go.
That's disgusting.
You know, it doesn't work with other religions. You can't pick a Catholic out of a lineup. Unless you're in, like, the middle of child.
Oh, I gotta bleep that out.
I mean, you would have to get so lucky with the timing. Or no, I guess what you could do, you could have a lineup and then release a child into the room and then lock the door. And then you just gotta play the waiting game. You gotta wait for the one to start shaking and sweating and like talking to him.
Oh,
keep it together, Jeremiah. You guys raping that? I'm not. I just want to know if you guys are gonna rape that. I'm not gonna. I'm not even thinking about raping it. I just want to know if you guys are gonna. Hey, can I smell his butt? Is that allowed?
I gotta bleep all this stuff out. Gotta
Dude, I've been making fun of that Catholic priest-sex scandal for like 20 straight years. I can't stop making fun of it. I have Catholic friends. They get mad at me about it, but fuck off. My buddy Steve, he's Catholic. He's a comic, and I made a Catholic joke once, and I got off stage, and he had enough of it, you know. So I got off stage, and he was like, "Ari, what do we have to do to make you stop making fun of Catholics?" And I was like, "One thing." It's just that one thing. Are you guys not getting the message? Just stop children. Do you have a game plan in place to improve? Can I spitball with you a little? Can I suggest, I don't know, right or wrong, but start raping adults for a while. And see how that works out. 50, 60 years, something like that. And then eventually, maybe it all. But I think we can all agree, you know you're fucking up as a group when raping adults is a step in the right direction.
I need all this stuff out. Golly.
Yeah, the only problem is, now every time a Jew fucks up sexually, all my friends are like, well. Guess you guys aren't perfect either. Yeah, like fucking, what's his name? Jeffrey Epstein? That was about, Epstein is a Jewish name, if you don't know. If you didn't know before, now you know. If you don't know who Jeffrey Epstein is, he ran an underage sex ring. Yeah, had his own private island where he did it. Bill Clinton went there, but just to play golf, I think he said.
You're
There's
lying,
no golf
as
where Bill
usual.
Clinton lived, so he went to fuck and get a sweet 9 holes in.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. How they gonna do that stuff?
So,
that's so sick. So sick.
Anyway, they're like, what about Jeffrey Epstein, Ari? He's a Jew. And I'm like, that's fair. That is fair. And I'll answer that from a Jewish perspective. Here's what Jeffrey Epstein goes to show you. It's that no matter what industry Jews choose to go into, we will rise to the top of that industry. He's the #1 name in underage sex trafficking. Anyway, the point is, Jews have a look. That's my point. Everybody's got a look, you know? Even, I mean, continent to continent, people look way different in South America than they do in Africa, you know, Canada, they look, it's like whatever. Even country to country, people look different. Like, I've been on tour all over like Europe. People looked at, I was in Berlin, 4 days in Berlin. Hottest women in the world. I've been to Sweden and Brazil. I thought they used to be the hottest. It's German girls. They're fucking 10s, dude, every one of them. And the dudes too. Every dude there was like 6'5" and chiseled. I was just walking around Berlin for 4 days, staring at these same beautiful men and women. And for the first time in my life, I was like, yeah, I get it now. I guess I never looked at it from their point of view. Germans are perfect. And Jews all look like we're dying. We are, we're falling apart, man. You need outside genetics, the shit starts to get weird. Same as look at the royal family in England. They're all like, I'm your leader. You know? They're all half-tards eating their own shit in the corner.
That's crazy.
Same as Jews, we're falling apart. Every Jew has the same fucking Jew pattern baldness. You know, that's why God's like, try to get laid, do something, cover it up if you have to. I don't know.
He's so laughing at that.
We're falling apart, nearsightedness. I had LASIK eye surgery, I still have glasses. Yeah, Dr. Weinberg did a great job. We're all neurotic, we're all like, Tay-Sachs disease, falling apart. Feed a glass of whole milk to a Jew. Watch him rain diarrhea for 40 days and 40 nights.
Ew.
Absolutely
40
falling
days.
apart. Because we're inbred. It's kind of like, do you guys know what pugs are? The dog breed pug, the most inbred of all dog breeds. Have you ever seen a pug get excited and then struggle to breathe? Throw a ball to a pug 4 times in a row. Listen to the sound of him just going. Yeah, that's what Jews are. We're the pugs of the human world.
My God.
Anyway, the point is, we have a look. So every Jewish woman I've ever had sex with, there's been like 10, 12 in my life, and every one of them, for a moment or the whole time I'm looking at her, but at least for one moment, I'll look at her, and she'll look exactly like my Aunt Ruth. And my boner's like, no fucking way. So to combat that, I always thought they just was like, well, why don't you just take a sheet, cover her up, so.
No, bro. You better use that sheet, man. You better use that sheet.
Yeah, then you just fuck a multiverse of holes and you're fucking there. By the way, here's what I should tell you. There's 2 types of Jews. I'm only talking about one type. There's Ashkenazi and Sephardi. So when the Greeks drove us out, or the Romans, or one of the fucking 1,000 times we got driven out, we got pushed in different directions. And some of us went north to like Poland and Romania and Hungary and places like that. And some of us went east to like Syria and Iran, Iraq, places like that. Those are called Sephardic Jews, or as my grandmother called them, animals. She's like, they don't cut their challah, they tear it. Don't have them in our house. And those people are tougher. They're tougher Jews because they got some Arab in them and they're just like tougher. They never had the too, so there's no victim mentality there.
I need to bleep
Never
that
got
one
to
too.
Syria. So they're all like, what? Why are you a victim? Just fight back. And we're like, you just wouldn't understand. But I'm talking about Ashkenazi Jews, Woody Allen Jews. That's the type I'm talking about. So let me tell you what we did in seminary, in yeshiva in Jerusalem. All we did was study the Torah and mostly the Talmud, the Gemara. I'll use those words interchangeably. It means the same thing. And we prayed 3 times a day. We prayed. It's a lot. Muslims go 5 times a day. You got us on that. Christians pray like twice a year. And the Talmud is really just a series of what ifs to help codify the law. So the Torah will say something like thou shalt not kill, right? You get put to death if you kill. But the Talmud is like, what about self-defense? And you're like, yeah, good question, Talmud, good question. So here's 2 of my favorite what ifs from the Talmud, and these would still be done today. My favorite too. Okay, what if you're having sex with your wife and in the middle of it, she starts a period? You know, that could happen. I know women, whenever I've had sex with a woman and she's like, oh shit, I started my period. They always get embarrassed, which is weird, like, I started my period early. But I'm always like, oh, did you? I can't even fucking. And chicks always get embarrassed by it. They're like, sorry, don't get embarrassed. At least from my perspective, I'm always like, I love it. You know, they're like, I started my period. I'm like, that's right, you start your period early. Because I hit
It just showed like you were doing a great job. Wait, hold on. What is it?
You know, they're like, I started my period. I'm like, that's right, you start your period early. Because I hit that back wall. My dick starts your period. My dick is your god. My dick is your moon. Makes us feel powerful. Don't feel bad about it at all. So, what if you start your period early? I would say, you know, just stop fucking. No big deal. If I was the ancient rabbis, I would tell them, or keep fucking. You already got the sin, you may as well enjoy yourself. You know, it's like if you get a parking ticket, you don't move your car. Park for free for the rest of the day. That's not what the rabbis of the Gemara say. They said, no, you're not doing anything wrong until you find out you started your period. And then, when you're inside her vagina, you can't pull out, because pulling out is a stroke. It's an enjoyable stroke. So where are you gonna go? It's like, it becomes like a Chinese pussy trap, you know?
Pull it out.
So this is what they say to do. This is what they say. I think in Uridiah or Baba Kama, one of those, but you're fucking, right? And then she goes, I start my period. You're supposed to stop, look up, think of the glory and awe of God. until your manhood subsides.
That's a rule?
Yeah, you have to let your dick exit of natural causes. Oh, what a fun bonding moment for you and your wife. For her to feel you go soft inside of her.
That's
and how confusing from your dick's point of view, where you're just plugging away, you know, you're just like this. And then all of a sudden, it just like stops. Hello? Hello? Little movement, please. A little movement here. Also, definitely stop thinking about God. That's weird. That's not my thing at all. All right, well, probably gonna get out of here then.
That's so stupid.
Here's my favorite. Here's my all-time favorite what if from the Talmud. It's about dietary laws we have. Kosher. You guys have heard that word, right? Kosher. Yeah. Certain things we can and can't eat, and that's what we call kosher. Muslims have halal. Christians just go buck wild. So you can't mix meat and milk. Not allowed to mix meat and milk. The reason for that is God is a cunt. Can't even go into it. But like, so I never had a cheeseburger until I was 23 years old. Never had a cheeseburger. Yeah, it's weird. Weird upbringing, you know? The closest I got was I had a hamburger, and then 6 hours later I ate a slice of cheese, and then I was like... I had a couple of cheeseburgers coming out, but never going in.
Couple?
Also, no pig product of any kind. No pork, no bacon, no ham. Not allowed at all. Actually, this is fun because I took my nephew for his bar mitzvah. I took him to a New York Ranger game. Bar mitzvah is a Jewish coming-of-age ceremony. You've heard that. It's like Mexicans have quinceaneras, I guess, for little girls. It's when bar mitzvah is when a Jewish boy becomes a man. And that's when he can read from the Torah for the first time, and they let him on his own evict a out of their home. You know, all by himself.
Yo, he'd be like...
And so for his bar mitzvah, I took my nephew to a Ranger game, my Orthodox Jewish nephew, and during first intermission, we went and got concessions, and I ordered a bacon cheeseburger, and he was like, ah. I'm like, I have to tell you, dude, when you're 19, you can fucking come out of this dumb cult, but until then, I told your mom you'd be good, so enjoy your French fries, loser. But you gotta understand, he's never seen bacon before. 13 years old, he's never been to a non-kosher restaurant. Why would he? He's only friends with Jews. He's only hangs around with Jews. He's never seen bacon. He's never smelled bacon. Never touched
That has to
bacon.
be like
And he
eye-opening.
just had questions. Look, I was already the cool uncle, you know? I fuck hookers, I do drugs. But
Okay.
dude, bacon? And he was just like, Uncle Ari, what does bacon taste like? And I'm like, oh, it's the greatest thing in the world. How do you even explain bacon to someone who's never, it's like, you have no jumping off ground to understand this. It's like explaining freedom to a slave. You know? Or hardship to a millennial. He was like, my mom said it tastes like roast beef.
I mean, you can
She's a
explain
liar,
it.
dude. Your mom's a liar. It's my little sister. I knew it a long time ago. I thought she stopped lying, but now I know she's still doing it. He's like, why do you think she's lying? I'm like, because she's never had bacon. And I've had both bacon and roast beef, so I'm the expert here. And he goes, oh, so you don't like roast beef? I'm like, you're missing the point completely. Roast beef is fine, dude, but next to bacon, roast beef is like making out with Madonna now. So we have these kosher laws, and so here's my favorite what if from the Talmud. What if you're making some soup, okay? Let's imagine a big vat of soup in the town square in Jesus times Jerusalem. You know, can you picture it? Some guy's making this fucking cauldron of soup, and one of these goys, one of these shifty fucking goys, he's just kind of like milling about, you know, just hanging by nearby. What's that goy even doing here? Nobody wants him here. Just shifty, you know, just bringing down property values.
Bringing down property values, crazy.
I hate when they're here. And he reaches into his pocket. This can't be good. What's this goy? And he pulls out, yep, some ham. When no one's looking. Great. He dunks the ham right in the soup. He's like, fuck off, Jews. And he fucking takes off. What if that happens? Can you eat the soup or not? That's what the Talmud asks. That's a legit what if from the Gemara. That I studied for 3 weeks in a yeshiva in Jerusalem when I was 19 years old. I get the other ones. I really do. What if you kill somebody by accident? What if you stab a period into your wife? Sure. What if a rogue goy loses his goddamn marbles, breaks through your Jew security, and commits just the softest act of terrorism of all time? It's a hate crime. Pure and simple, it's a hate crime. But no loss of life. But ooh, what a possible loss of soup. Well, what if that happens? That could happen, totally. So if that happens, the Gemara asks, then what do you do? What do you do with the soup? Can you eat it or can you not eat it? What do you, not the Orthodox Jews, everybody else. What do you guys think? Eat it, a couple hell no's. What? Take out the ham. All right, you're thinking. You're thinking. That's what the Gemara does, by the way. It just teaches you, like, think it out, logic this out. What can you do? You know, maybe run it through a sheet, maybe whatever. Like, you know? But all they did, the ancient rabbis just discussed it and come up with an answer. And you're all wrong. You're all wrong. You were never going to get it. The answer is, for sure you were never going to get this. The answer is, it depends on the ratio of ham to soup.
Man, they be thinking too much, man. Just go take the thing out the soup you don't even eat.
And that
Damn.
number, and I don't know why, that number, actually, if anybody knows it, on the count of 3, say it. 1, 2, 3. 60th. Yeah, 1/60th. I'm not making it up. Yeah, a lot of you Christians are like, wait, what's going on right now? Did Ari have 47 audience plants? 160. The law is called Bito B'Shishim, the waste of the 60th. And if it's less than 1/60th, you know, if it's 1/64th ham to soup, then the ancient rabbi's like, hey man, let's just soup a little bit of ham in it. That never hurt nobody.
How can you
Yum, eat it up.
remember that stuff?
But if it's a little less water or a little more ham, if it's 1/59th ham to soup, then they're like, dude, that's obviously ham soup.
Right. Either way it goes.
Pour it out on the street. Don't give it to the non-Jews. That'll incentivize them to do it again. Throw it out. Here's the cool thing, though. Here's what me and all my friends like tapped into. We were 19 in this yeshiva. We were like, here's the coolest part of the law. The ham in the non-ham soup, you know, if it's 167th, whatever, ham to soup, it's no longer considered ham. Yeah, it's lost its hamness. So you can eat that ham. And that, my friends, is the loophole that we were all looking for. Yeah. Yeah. Jews do love loopholes. That's what makes us such great tax attorneys.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that
Find
too.
loopholes and we exploit them. We really do. You know how the women wear the wigs? Loophole. You ever see the women wear the wigs? The Orthodox women? It's because okay, you can't covet your neighbor's wife, and they say one of the things you covet is their hair. Hair is an attractive quality in a woman, so you have to cover your hair if you're a married woman. So these Jewish women, who are just as smart as Jewish men, they went looking for loopholes. So they went to their rabbis and like, Rabbi, can we cover up our hair with a baseball cap? And he's like, yeah, whatever, do anything. And they're like, can we cover up our hair with someone else's hair? And the rabbi's like, where are you going with this? They're like, well, we propose we cover up our hair with some hair we bought in China. So it's not us they're attracted to, it's Sung Lee from Shanghai.
Sung Lee from Shanghai.
And the rabbis were like, well played. You can't use electricity on the Sabbath. Man. That's one you're not allowed to do. If the light's on, it's on. If it's off, it's off. From Friday night sundown to Saturday sundown. All Shabbos long. You can't use electricity. However, you can get a goy to use it for you.
All right, so that is going to be the conclusion of part 3, man. I actually had learned a lot about certain Jews, man. For real, I never knew there was like so many different like rules and regulations. I mean, like I knew there were like a strict religion and a strict culture, but like as far as like doing the whole like 160 the ratio, and then like trying to figure out like the loopholes to trying to benefit themselves, trying to get out what are they are used to, then I never really thought that they. I mean, I had the idea that they only kept it in their own race, but like as far as like intermingling, I've never thought in a million years that was an actual thing. So we are halfway there on the special. I'm planning on trying to finish it sometime this week. So yeah, so far it's actually been a really special video, man, for real, honestly. Anyways, if you guys really enjoyed this reaction today, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Let me know in the comment section down below what you want me to react to next. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, my name is Nova, and I'll see you guys next episode. Peace.